So let's talk a little bit about your journey in writing this book. What did it cost you?
It cost me some clients. It takes a lot of time to write a book.
Yeah.
It cost me, both time. There's a thing around time that for me with this was very much connected to rest, that was missing. But I do think, and I think you know this, it definitely impacted. I don't want to say it cost me, but it impacted my recovery from long COVID. I wrote this book in its entirety while having long COVID. In many ways, I still have some of the symptoms, but the height of the symptoms, like I have videos where like, just to capture the frequency of like how many times my fingers, especially on my left side, seems to be the most impacted, how many times my hands would just tremor and just, and would just watch it and just like watch it flicker and just have to wait till it stopped. Or what it meant to like, have to stand up and type because like your feet are doing like weird things and spazzing. For many of the months I didn't write anything because the part that was the most impacted was memory. And that is, I know we have a broad audience, but when you think back to your mamas and your praying grandmothers and just the thought of like, to gain the whole world and like lose your mind or lose your soul, it really just reminds you of the fickle and fragile nature of like memory, like things that you actually don't, ability as a whole, but really like as a writer and somebody who's always written, somebody that at many times is consulted just to help with words and craft thoughts. When you can't craft it for something you've been doing for so long, it was very much a challenge. Yeah.
What did writing this book teach you?
First of all, it taught me that we need to honor disabled voices more. I mean, I already had a visual disability. It is not apparent to people when they see it, when they see me. But I think more and more, as we got to the conclusion of this book and really beating myself up, like this is not all of this kind of like coincides with the workshops that I've done. And, I forgot to put this in there. And, what about this? I think letting go, like there's just something about the writing process, no matter what the topic is. I was just like, I have to let go of that and just recognize like, there is enough and I'm enough, right? No matter what space of being that I'm in. But broadly, as this book is about the equity mindset, and I have teachers in this book that are connected to a lifelong journey of being a part of the disability community. I'm like, wow, we're missing so many tools in our toolbox, man. Like there are people that every day they're creating solutions and we don't even know what those solutions are because people don't care to ask, right? Like they are literally not only waiting for the status quo to change, but they are also figuring out how to make it work in their cubicle, how to, advocate for themselves, how to sustain harm just so they can get a paycheck. Like I think there's a lot about a lot more curiosity that came to me as a result of like, what else needs to be included in the mindset. What I'm happy about it is that I get to be a participant in my own book versus like the expert in my own book. Like I get to engage with folks and the conversations are a little bit like, a tennis match between like individuals that are like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I just want people to get comfortable with like trying to figure it out.